kids go through puberty. But first, the Geraldi family out in Florida had 2 biological kids of their own. And about 10 years ago, they decided to adopt their first child who had special needs. Since then, 40 kids.
40 kids. Isn't
they've
that
adopted.
amazing?
They have a family of 42 now. Very much of a challenge. We dropped in. They were kind enough to let us spend a little time with them. Take a look how they handle this very special situation.
I knew that I always wanted to have a big family because all I ever wanted to do was adopt handicapped children. We have a total of 42 children. This is the kind of family I always wanted. Look at Mommy. Come on.
I met Camille when I was a resident at Miami Children's Hospital, and she was one of the nurses, and she was different. It was incredible to see her, you know, come in on her days off or to work later hours and spend time with these children that with special needs in particular. Darlene was our first one. She just turned 10 March 7th.
That was really the beginning, and he fell in love with the love that I have for children, which is the same love that he has. I had 2 biological daughters, Renee and Jacqueline, but I said to Mike, I really want to adopt special needs children.
People, like, they didn't understand why my parents adopted kids that were handicapped. In elementary school, they were just like, why do your parents do that? They're handicapped. They're not worth it. Why do you do it? Growing up in this family has taught me respect, to love anyone, not just someone that's perfect. It's our family. It's my brothers and sisters. I love it to death.
And the trick to making this all succeed is, without a doubt, the organization, keeping it organized and neat all the time. This is where we keep all of our food because we get so much of it in bulk. We sort of made the garage like a pantry. We do, between all the homes, about 100 loads of laundry a week. As you can see, all of our hangers and everything are always organized with the plastic and the metal ones, and we have everything labeled so that we know exactly what is going where. We have over 375 volunteers that come in from around the community, and then we have the 6 people that live here with us that have been with me for 8, 9, and 10 years. Nap time in this house is from 12 to 2. So at that point, I'm able to catch up on my phone calls until the school buses start coming in at 2:30. And then we start with all the children that are running around, and, you know, so that they can come in, go to the potty, have a little snack, and go outside and play. And we really get them to do things that we never thought that they would be able to do. That's what keeps you going.
Dinner is quite a undertaking. Camille does all the preparing and runs. Very efficient.
Thank you for Mommy and Daddy and everybody who takes care of us. And please help us to be good boys and girls. And thank you for our food. Amen. Eat now! My husband did make a very good salary position. We had the fancy cars and we had the motorhome, and it was fun having all the fancy cars and all the fancy things that we had, but it doesn't make up for what we have today. We have enriched our lives so far greater than anything materialistic that I can't begin to tell you.
Why did it have to end? Such
Isn't that
a
incredible?
nice story. Camille and
Wow.
Mike Geraldi are the parents. That's a, I don't know, what do you say to something like that? It's a tall order to take on.
It's the most amazing thing to see a woman and a man just dedicate themselves like that.
And the daughter said something really interesting and beneficial. What, you know, she's learned to love and respect people. No
Well,
matter.
you know, I can't imagine that the thrill of having those little kids look up at you, even when we saw them on the screen and just say, "My Mommy and Daddy." It must feel so.
It
must
looked
be so
like
heartwarming.
a mini warehouse in there with all the food and the truckloads of milk that they must go through. Anyway, I guess, you know, the obvious things. It's very expensive if you look at it from the practical side, and time
look
consuming.
at the time it takes. I mean, this is a 24-hour daycare center.
But boy,
unbelievable.
I guess it's easy to sit here and it's kind of easy to sit here and say, "Ah, sounds good." But
yeah, but it's great too, though, because he's a pediatrician, she's a nurse, so they are really able, I think, to supervise those other workers in a way that's going to be really benefit for those kids. It's incredible.
Our thanks to the Geraldis for letting us hang out. Up next,